crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, empty. Check. 61, matchbox, lights. Jump. Lefty.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. And Cook has it left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Lane 5-3. Go get him.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
First down, Philadelphia.
And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
First down, here's the run with Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Wentz going to go on 4th down. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. You don't see too many conversions on 4th and 10, but we just did there. A gain of 14 and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside. 12 more yards there and another first down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready. Back, 25, behind. Wait. Watch QB drop.
Winston now to throw on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
10 yards on the pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Following the interception, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gano the extra point, 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
There we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
49, guys. Mike, 49. All day. Mike's 49.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. Lorenzo Alexander picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
General West.
Check. Crunch. Shift. Check.
Hey, stand.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Able to push his way through. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They find some open field here, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion.
Kill.
They'll try to run for it with Henry. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll give Henry another shot. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. Hauschka to send this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score?
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Wentz going to try and throw on third. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Philly. And even 40 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Wentz now on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Lion.
Kill. Undercrunch. Check 31. He's checking.
Now Wentz again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Again, it's Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On 1st and 10, Winston. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy, as the first half is winding down, and the Bills will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple of plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This short throw caught by Goddard. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me.
They'll run it again with Henry. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Sponge. No. Slip. Check.
Let's convert.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
Black 22.
2 yards on the pickup.
Hey,
It's 2nd and 8.
And again, it's Chubb. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And the grab by Croft. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have the football at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Again, it's Cook. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
49. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Hey, orbit.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 15 yards on the play, first down.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Check pass. Watch out.
Great. Here we go.
Wentz now on first down. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. On first down, Wentz. Throw left side complete. It's Cook. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike, 49. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike, 49.
Wentz to throw again. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Yeah.
Please find 7.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Go. 180. Watch the screen. Pass.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And that is incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready. White 25. Flip. Hey, let's go.
Jameis now going to run the option to the right. He'll pitch it. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. You don't see option pitches a whole lot in the NFL, but there worked out pretty well, resulted in a touchdown.
And it's hard for defenses because they don't see it very often, so the time in preparing each week is probably minimal. So when it comes at them, it's often a surprise. And what a nice job on the read. Pitch to the running back, and he takes it all the way in for a touchdown.
Let's go.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz, and Cook has it, left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Wentz going to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Throwing now is Wentz. That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. A good pickup there at 22. Wentz going to lead his guys up first and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his passes. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. No gain there on the completion, second and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And here's the first carry of the game for the former Eagle, LaShawn McCoy. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Bills on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Winston. And now look at this, big gain but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Here's Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against his zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Go.
49's the mic. 49's the mic.
Go. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Man, 5-7.
Check nickel.
Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Teron Johnson able to pick it. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a real...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal.
You got nothing.
They get it to him running left. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Bills, they remain one of the